Hello, hi, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you've been here already, and you've had a little look. Yeah, I just thought I'd pop on and chat a little bit about the game tomorrow against Lyon. So we're playing tomorrow afternoon, Champions League semi-final. God, here we are again. Apparently the game's going to be televised on BBC Two if you're in the UK, and probably the same for Ireland, I'm guessing. But yeah, no, so afternoon kickoff. Barcelona are also playing Bayern Munich tomorrow afternoon, so I'll be keeping a close eye on that as well. But yeah, no, fingers crossed. Look, Lyon are a brilliant team. They've won 8 Champions League titles. Their last Champions League title they won in 2022. So they are definitely no mugs and need to be taken seriously. And saying that, when we played them in 22-23, we beat them 5-1, so quite a comfortable win. And we also played them in 24-25 and we beat them 4-1. So look, I'm expecting a win, and I'm expecting, a comfortable enough win, and I don't think that's too much to ask. I know we've had injuries. Leah Williamson's out injured, Steph Catley's out injured. There might be a few other question marks. Chloe Kelly, I'm not sure. Beth Mead went down in, was that against Chelsea or Brighton? I can't remember now, but she went down. But I think she's okay. But look, even with the injuries, I'm still expecting to win. Lyon are obviously a very strong side. We have home advantage. We're playing in Boreham Wood. Does anyone know why we're playing in Boreham Wood and not the Emirates? The disrespect is unreal. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I don't know, it must be a fixture thing. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But anyways, look, we have the home advantage. No doubt it's going to be packed out. I'm expecting a comfortable win. We look one game at a time. We need to win our home game comfortably in order to take a strong lead to Lyon. We do have Leicester kind of sandwiched in between that, but we can rotate. That's the Premier League. Our Premier League form has been really poor this year. It's not really been spoken about enough either, I think. We started out the traps really just too slow, and just caught up too late. Like, it's just, anyways, that's a separate thing. But yeah, focusing on the Champions League, that's all we can focus on now. We're out of the FA Cup. Our last game was against Brighton, who we played on the 5th of April, I think it was. So, a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully the players are, well rested. They're caught up. Our last game was disappointing, to lose to Brighton 2-0, and to go out in the FA Cup quarter-final is a disappointing loss. But look, we have to focus on the Champions League now. That's all we can do. Take it one game at a time. Yeah, with regards to the injuries, Steph Catley is out with she's out with a calf injury. Leah Williamson hasn't featured in a while. She didn't play against Brighton. She wasn't on the bench. She didn't feature against Chelsea. She wasn't on the bench either. So that is a bit worrying. She's had obviously more time off now, but I don't know if Renee is going to risk it. She's a really important player for us, and if we are, fortunate enough to reach the Champions League final, I've no doubt that she will play if she can. But yeah, no, we'll see. I think the lineup is probably going to be Van Domslaar in goal. She has tended to kind of rotate between Van Domslaar and Borba. Going over previous seasons, Van Domslaar has been our preferred choice. But I have to say, when she was out injured, I thought Annika Borba did really, really well. And in my opinion, she kind of is less prone to errors, I found that Van Domslaar kind of made very kind of unusual errors that you wouldn't expect. Just kind of maybe a lack of confidence. I'm not sure. Saying that in the last couple of games she has made some really good saves. So look, I'm really happy either way who she chooses between the posts. So I think it's going to be Van Domslaar. I think she'll probably go with Emily Fox on the right. She's she's been playing really, really well. And it's great to see that she has actually been rotating Emily Fox, and she's playing Samila Homburg as well, which gives Emily the rest. But no, she's great. She's a brilliant defender. She's got really good pace. Her recovery is brilliant, and she's really good going forward. Yeah, I think she's definitely going to be picked. I think the left wing is going to be Katie McCabe more than likely. She is, yeah, she's just brilliant player, brilliant left foot. She can invert really well, which people love. Yeah, no, she can go into the midfield. She's a leader as well, so you know, her experience is so important. So I think she'll be playing. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm just looking at my laptop at the lineup, so that's why I'm kind of looking away. Yeah, so I think Fox, McCabe, the two centre backs, I think is going to be Lotta Wubben-Moy and probably Kadina. You know, as I said, Williamson is maybe out, question mark, who knows. I'm also aware that I'm doing this video early as well, so Renee's not done her press conference yet. So yeah, I've no information on Leah Williamson, but I think it's going to be Kadina, Wubben-Moy and Kadina, with Catley out from a calf injury. I think the two centre midfielders will be Kim Little and Mariona. Kim is just such a good leader. And you know, her and Mariona pair up really, really well together, and they complement each other so well. So I can't see anything other than those two in midfield. And actually, speaking on the midfield, we're very light in midfield. I know Kyra Cooney-Cross is away now due to personal reasons. And we have Palova as well, but Palova's really the only one. I know Kadina can play in centre mid, but if she's playing in the defence today, that means we're very light in midfield, which is a bit of a worry and is probably something that we'll need to look at in the summer. But anyways, that's a separate thing. I think she'll more than likely play Frida Monum in the 10. She links up really well, especially with Russo in the attack as a striker. So I think it'll be Frida Monum. I think right wing possibly Beth Mead, maybe. She tends to play well in the Champions League. I know she went down with an injury. Well, I'm not sure if it was an injury or she got stood on. But I think she seems to be okay. She's back in training, so fingers crossed she's all good and fit and ready. I think she'll probably play right wing, and then I think she might give Caitlin Ford a run out on the left. She played well when she came on in the last couple of games, so I think she'll probably play. And then I'm expecting Russo to start up front. So yeah, I think that'll be it. On the bench then, we're more than likely to have Olivia Smith, Chloe Kelly, Stina, who signed a new 2-year contract, which is absolutely class. We all know her contribution in the Champions League semi-final. What a player. Yeah, that's great news to have her. Knowing that she's here for another 2 years, very good. She's brilliant off the bench as well. Yeah, so yeah, we definitely have options off the bench, and you know, once Lyon get those tired legs, come maybe the end of, well, not the end, but close to the end of the second half, you know, to bring on the likes of Chloe Kelly and Olivia Smith will just, yeah, cause absolute havoc for Lyon. So look, I'm expecting a win, and I'm expecting a comfortable enough win as well. I don't think that's too much to ask. We have to keep the standards high. You know, we won the Champions League last year. There's no reason at all why we can't win it again this year. Bayern Munich, Barcelona and Lyon are all brilliant teams. But look, this is what happens when you come to the latter stages of a European competition, you know. Why can't we win? You know, we're definitely up there. We're definitely more than capable. So yeah, I'm expecting a win to take over to Lyon. So yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, no, thank you so much for looking at the video. Thanks for your interaction, and yeah, appreciate you. Hope you're well.